Hey everyone, Essia here, and today I am revealing a new card from the mini expansion of Dawn of Calamity. This mini expansion is going to define the meta for the rest of the year, and in particular for the World Grand Prix Finals in December. First of all, here's the card art by Onineko. It looks gorgeous, very colorful, and it's one of my favorite artworks this expansion. This is Imagination Realized, a Runecraft spell, and its effect is very simple. For 7 play points, it draws 3 cards and changes all of their costs to 0 for the rest of the turn. So, first impressions, the spell is very expensive and it's inflexible. It's locked to turn 7, which is when some meta decks like Ladika Forest or Artifact Portal tend to just find lethal, so it has to either win the game on the spot, or at least generate a huge advantage to be worth playing. Unfortunately, the cards you draw are random, so you want to run a lot of high-cost cards to make the spell work, for example Frost Golem, Bahamut, Goddess of Rebirth, or even Folia. You also have some cards that can recover play points after you've played them, such as Jupiter or On Wings of Tomorrow. So you can play Imagination Realized, then Jupiter, recover 2 play points, and then play another card that is already in your hand. So it's possible to create big tempo swings, if you hit Bahamut or Folia, for example. However, that's not particularly impressive by rotation standards. Spellboost Rune can already play Chrono Witch and Guild Assembly on turn 7 to make a strong board, and that doesn't rely on RNG. So basically, Imagination Realized is not really a reliable win condition by itself, but that doesn't mean it's unplayable. One idea is to play this card in the same deck as Whims of Chaos. There is a lot of overlap between the 2 cards, since you want to play high-cost followers and create boards that the opponent cannot answer. One problem with Whims is that you rarely get to play more than 2 cards in the same turn, but if you can play Imagination Realized, suddenly that allows you to play 3 cards, possibly high-cost ones, and at the same time, Whims can make your opponent's hand unplayable. It becomes very difficult to answer even 1 Folia when their hand is full of 6-cost fairies. Also, if you play Whims on 5, there is a 60% chance that you get to play Imagination on turn 6, 1 turn earlier than normal, and you can quickly overwhelm your opponents that way. Finally, you can still run Isabel to fuse some high-cost cards and improve your hand, or just to give you some low-cost spells to play. It's a niche deck, very vulnerable in the early game, hard to build properly, but it might just be what the meta needs to deal with Forestcraft. Another concept is to add this card to the Earthright package. Earthright, also known as Dirt Rune, is an archetype that has made a very timid comeback so far in this expansion. It includes 30 core cards, it has a good early and mid game, efficient removal, burn damage, but it usually fizzles out around turn 6 to turn 8, and it doesn't put enough pressure on the opponent. However, the deck actually has a lot of high-cost cards that are normally used for their accelerate effects. In fact, there are 15 Earthright cards that cost 6 or more. So if you were to play Imagination Realized on turn 7 and draw 3 cards, there's a pretty high chance you draw into strong followers and you can develop a powerful board. This board, combined with the burn damage from cards like Faust or Forbidden Archives Warden, might be enough to finish off the opponent. Of course, there's always a risk you draw into a 0-cost Stone Bullet instead, or a Clay Sorceress, but on average you should get pretty good results. Keep in mind you can also save a 0-cost Pursuer Golem to play on the same turn you play Imagination Realized. In both cases, I'm not sure these decks are going to be competitive right off the bat, but I'm really excited to experiment with this new spell, and I think it will find a home in the future. Overall, it's hard to evaluate Imagination Realized without testing it. There isn't much room for it in the current meta, it restricts your deck building options, and it relies on RNG to work. That said, it might just work with either Whims of Chaos or the Earthright package, and any future high-cost Runecraft or neutral card will make it even stronger. For now, I rate it as a B-, as I don't think it will see play immediately, but it definitely has some potential in the future. For more content, please check out our website at tempestorm.com. And you can also follow me on Twitter at sv_Asia. Thanks for watching and see you next time.